Amateur.
Hour.
Hello everyone and welcome to the pre-release review of a new Tacticus character, Khârn, a new joiner for World Eaters that will become unlockable from the 16th of June 2024. This time, we won't be dealing with For the Blood God event as we did with 3 previous World Eaters characters. Instead, due to the fact that he's a legendary character, Khârn will get legendary event named For the Skull Throne. As with such events, there should be 3 paths: Alpha, Beta and Gamma, each one harder than the previous one, mainly due to the exclusions of more and more factions. As for the event itself, there are multiple sources of what is the best to have, but from my own experience so far, Isabella, Rodbone, Angrax and Ulf are a must, and if you don't have one of them, you will have a hard time in at least one of the paths. As for honorable mentions, I would recommend having Grievous, Aleph Null, Bellator and all the characters with Resilient trait, especially if you can use Isabella. But let's talk about the main topic of this episode, Khârn. First of all, his model is exceptional. I usually don't talk about it because it's not that I don't like the models, but because they are fine. For me, this model is great, and I really liked every small skull detail on this character. Long story short, I love it. After this very long introduction, let's check Khârn's traits. I have to start again with Blessing of Khârn, the World Eater's trait. 3% more damage and 8% less psychic damage for each unit defeated in melee, cumulative up to 8 times per battle to a total of 24 extra damage, and a 64 psychic damage reduction. At this point, I should just copy paste my previous recordings and be done with it. Next trait is Rapid Assault, which gives him extra +1 movement before performing his first melee attack and 25% extra damage during the first turn he uses his first melee attack in battle. This might come in handy in some situations, and you might be forced to push Khârn farther in battlefield because of his passive. More on that later. What is new for World Eaters? Khârn has a trait Final Vengeance, which allows him to perform a normal attack on an eligible target if he loses all his health. So he dies only once this attack is performed, unless overkilled, in which scenario nothing happens. This trait saved me once or twice in PvP, where if you kill your last opponent with Final Vengeance, you win because they died first. It's like playing Blue Deck in Magic the Gathering all over again. What I like here, and was a bit of a shock for me, Khârn does not have Resilient trait. Pity. Now, the abilities. Khârn's activated ability is Kill, Maim, Burn. Khârn first tries to kill with piercing damage dealt to an adjacent enemy, then tries to maim with eviscerating damage to an adjacent enemy, and after that he tries to burn with plasma damage an enemy that is within 2 hexes. All of that with preferring kills. If for not for nothing else, I see this ability to be a potential new deal against tyrannies in guild raids. Just imagine the potential. You skip the sidekicks, go for the main boss, kill the summon guards to boost Blessing of Khârn, and then kill, maim, burn the hell out of the boss. This could potentially work with Gas and Sharek as well. Khârn's passive ability is the Betrayer. This ability has 2 parts, the good and the bad. The good one, Khârn, after performing a normal attack, will perform another one, targeting an adjacent enemy, dealing eviscerating damage. The bad, if Khârn has defeated an enemy this battle, at the start of his turn, he will automatically move up to 2 hexes towards the nearest unit and deal some eviscerating damage to an adjacent unit. Khârn prefers enemies, but if not in vicinity, he will attack friendlies as well. If you ask me, this bad side can be a good one if played against the boss. Khârn doesn't have to pick targets if he's already next to a potential one. Overall, Khârn is a good character. As previous World Eaters look like a Guild War must-have, Khârn might be a substitute for Rose Guild raid team. Getting one character, like Khârn, to decent rank and power is much easier than getting Exitor Row, Aleph Null, Rivas, Shossel, Tangida, plus some extra when you face Sarek to replace Aleph. In other game modes, he might be a bit of a wild card, but again, if paired with other World Eaters, they will be forced to be reckoned with. That's all, folks, and remember, observe your brother, as his sin of heresy is your sin of tolerance. Cheers.